following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
This is Talkin Cowboys. Streaming live from the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco.
First down. Handoff. Elliott plowing to the goal line. Buried. Sacked by Lawrence. Prescott keeps it, and he bangs it in for the touchdown.
Here are Mickey Spagnola, Brian Broaddus, Rob Phillips, and Bill Jones.
It's a beautiful day for football here at the Star in Frisco, Texas. It's a great day to be outdoors for a practice, and the Cowboys will be practicing outdoors, yes, on a Wednesday as usual, but that's about the only thing that's usual about this week here at the Star. It is bye week. It's an afternoon practice for the Cowboys today. Very short week, and then some time off and some much-needed time off for this football team, but we are taking you through the weekend with this edition of Talkin Cowboys. We're setting you up for a bye weekend where the Cowboys, of course, won't play, but it is a busy sports weekend, and then we get set for the New York Football Giants halfway point of the season next week, and I'm excited about watching some football other than what the Cowboys put on display each week this week.
Do you think that's what the fans do?
I cannot live without my NFL Sunday. I'm sorry, I just can't.
So you're going to do your pregame show anyway?
I'm doing. That's what we're doubling up this week. I mean, we're
paid for, right?
I've got more work today and Thursday than in regular weeks to buy those for me 3 days off: Friday, Saturday, Sunday. How about you guys?
Yeah, I'm watching some football for sure.
Yeah,
might be at another stadium. We'll see.
I'm going to try and go fishing.
Yeah, I knew Brian was going fishing.
I'm going to try. Too nice for a weekend not to try.
You think Dak's going fishing this weekend?
I'd love to go fishing with Dak. I'll tell you, I want to go fishing with is Lyle Collins.
Yeah,
Lyle Collins seems to go out there and pull in. He's got this system or something. He knows how to pull some big fish out of them lakes. So
imagine those LSU Bayou Bengal stories y'all can tell.
We're not very smart, but we can fish.
So we can fish. I was going to say no, since Brian went on his campaign to lose weight, I was going to say that's a lot of weight in one boat.
Yeah,
no,
I tried,
no,
but not anymore.
No, I'll tell you what.
And let's start with Lyle Collins. How well is Lyle Collins playing football this season?
You know what? I came up with some questions, and that was one of my questions. That was one of my questions I had for you guys because it was just kind of in my head, was sitting there, and I was thinking, okay, who's been better at their job this year? If you think about things, just better at his job. You know, Byron Jones,
like
Lyle
improved on their own from the year before.
Yeah, who's been better at their job? Has Lyle Collins been one of those guys that's has been, we've talked so much about all the other guys. Heck, I was wrong about him possibly getting an extension. I thought, Lyle Collins was going to go off and be a Tampa Bay Buccaneer or some other, NFL right tackle. But, the Cowboys get him, sign him up, keep him here. I think that's impressive. But has he been one of the better offensive linemen you have? And again, I was trying to compare him as far as his job. It's taking an offensive player and a defensive player on my question. But, since you
the question we'll pose out there is who's
been better at his job?
Who's improved?
Yeah, who's improved?
This is his fifth year now.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones said yesterday on the radio that's the best game he's played as a Dallas Cowboy against the
Eagles. He kicked
Eagles.
Brandon Graham's ass. He really did.
Never heard Brandon Graham's name mentioned all night long.
No.
And that's a good football player, Brandon
Real good
Graham.
Football player. The guy you had to worry about, him and that, I guess maybe not so much Fletcher Cox anymore.
I was going to say I only heard his name once.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I tell you what, I've been super impressed with Lyle Collins.
He might be the most improved guy on the team. I'm trying to think of somebody else that has really exceeded expectations. And he has high expectations. He's a starter, but
Michael Gallup, except for that one or two series.
That was a costly
early.
game.
Yeah, and he's missed a couple games.
But it goes back to the word of consistency. That consistency
but he
word.
Improved.
He has improved.
But most improved. Most improved. I don't know if it's.
Well, he said improved at their position. Yeah. Isn't that what the question was?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I posed my own question.
All right. Well, then you can give your own answer.
Yeah, I was just trying to.
Okay, well, let me throw the quarterback out there.
Okay.
When you got the quarterback who's improving his yards per attempt.
That's fair. Can I prove that for you?
Oh,
okay.
stat man.
Yes. So he has completed 70.6% of his passes.
Mm-hmm.
That's third in the NFL right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And what was everybody's worry? He's not accurate. He doesn't throw the ball accurately.
Yeah.
He's third right now.
Well, it's one thing if you can throw 70% if you're averaging 5.6 yards per attempt.
Here's the next one on that. He is averaging per attempt 8.92 yards. Third in the NFL. 8.9.
Who's won, by the way?
Cousins is first,
okay.
905. Mahomes tied with him, 905, and then Dak, 8.92.
I saw this stat on Twitter. Aren't there two guys in the history of the league who have done this?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's halfway through the year.
Percentage and average per game.
Joe Montana was one of them.
Slinging Sammy Baugh.
Yeah. 1945, something like that.
And then his 2,123 yards passing right now is third in the NFL.
Okay.
How about that?
Is he your offensive MVP? That's my next question. For halfway through the halfway,
yes,
through 7 games,
absolutely.
Yep, through 7 games.
Offensive MVP.
Yeah.
No question, right?
No question.
Not even close.
No, he's putting up big time numbers, and there's a lot of people that thought he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd go with Dak, Rain, Dakota Prescott.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
And the only guys that have thrown for more yards than him at this point, Matt Ryan.
And how are they doing?
Not very well.
No.
They're playing from behind in a lot of games.
And Mahomes with 21.80, Dak has 21.23.
Okay, then can I pose this question on you? But would he be? And maybe this is a bad way to ask it, but I wanted to know the player you felt better about now that you didn't at the start of the season.
There you go. So it's
so I mean, like we felt
to your point of exceeding expectations.
Yeah, we felt good about Dak, but man, I mean, do you feel even better about Dak?
Right, that's the way I feel about him, and I think everybody. I mean, and he's handled it. The leadership stuff that was all there,
right?
But it's this being able to develop a vertical passing game is
they get
where
that ball down the field.
Is where the improvement comes, and Amari Cooper is the critical guy that has allowed that to happen.
That's true. Could it be that a little bit of a scheme change and adjustment has allowed him to be able to do that? I mean,
because he was doing it the second half of last year, if you think about it, as soon as Amari got here.
Nobody voted for Amari for offensive MVP, right?
That's because we have such high. Well, yeah.
Oh, MVP?
Yeah,
I was
offensive
say,
halfway
he ain't
MVP.
Most improved because he's been doing this.
No, but offensive MVP through the halfway.
Oh wow.
No,
well,
we
think
didn't.
about
We just
it.
we all started.
Well,
we all
see,
immediately.
neither one of them can do what they're doing without the other.
I mean, I might put Tyron Smith in that boat just because of when they don't have him.
Okay,
it affects the quarterback.
I'll throw another question out there: who is the most influential player on this offense or team? Who influences how well they play?
It's a lot to choose from.
I think it's got to be the quarterback.
Or how about the left tackle?
There's no question about that, though, either.
Well, the most irreplaceable,
Yeah.
Yeah.
although we've not
Forgetting
seen
we haven't seen the quarterback.
anybody
Cooper
try to
Rush.
replace Dak. We've seen somebody try to replace Tyron.
But see what happens when you don't play with Amari, too, for
Right.
3 plays.
See, it all goes together.
I wouldn't want to play without Zeke either.
Yeah.
And they've tried doing that before. Amari might be it,
halfway MVP?
Because of a year ago. Remember what it was like?
Oh, they've won a bunch of games since Mickey made the trade. How many games have they
A
won?
year ago yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How many games have they won with Amari Cooper?
They're 11-5 in the 16 regular season games, so 12-6 if you count the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And one of those games he hardly played in, but they lost it.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a first round bye kind of a record.
12-6.
It's pretty good.
from
And
from
okay, I'm
3
going to
and
make
4.
that. I'm calling that 12-5 because
Yeah.
he played 3 plays against the Jets.
And really-
I think if he plays half the game against the Jets, they win that game. If he plays a quarter of that game, they win that game.
If he played more than 3 snaps, they win the game.
What are you grinning about?
It's so funny because we all just immediately said Dak Prescott. Immediately.
Because the quarterback gets all the blame,
Well,
and
in
he gets all the.
in terms of improvement.
No. I was saying offensive MVP.
MVP. Okay, I've got our categories mixed up.
No.
We started with who's improved the most at their
we've
position.
answered that. We've answered that one. I think we've answered that one.
We could have given a defensive guy.
Dak wins,
I was going to say, who do you got defensively?
For which question?
For
not the offensive MVP.
Not the offensive MVP.
No, which part of the improvement or defensive MVP? Because Malik Collins has played pretty darn well.
Okay.
As a guy
And he's not getting much credit for it except for this last game.
Because he's healthy.
Okay, that's the improvement guy.
The surprise was there a surprise question there?
No,
I was all over the place.
No, I was just trying to get to all my questions here before we ran out of time
I'm
today.
going to give you an answer. You just fit it in whichever question it fits.
Okay.
Robert Quinn.
Robert Quinn would have been my defensive MVP at the halfway point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't argue that one.
Yep, I think.
Especially,
it's like playing Jeopardy, right? Yeah. I'll give you the answer. Now, what's the question?
500, Alex.
No, I was just, but yeah, I had Robert Quinn totally in mind on that defensive MVP stuff.
Yeah. Missed 2 games and is leading this team in sacks and has been a force on that side of the ball.
So he's got 6 sacks in basically 4.5 games?
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah. He didn't play the second half of the game last week.
He did not play the second half.
And didn't miss the first 2 games of the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
So
calculate that over a 16-game season.
Factor that out over 16 games.
Okay. Well, here's another question.
I will. Go ahead.
Here's another question then for you. If I keep doing this, I love doing this to you guys, make you think a little bit. Who is the player you have the most confidence in?
Like just to do their job?
Yeah, just to be every week. Just
Zack
every
Martin.
Week.
Zack Martin.
Zack Martin? Rob, you threw out Tyron Smith.
Yeah. Yeah, I might go with Tyron Smith when he's healthy.
Zack Martin's having struggles with his health, too, a little bit. Mm-hmm. Not missing games. The back.
I feel him on the back. The ankle, too. He had an ankle thing last week. Yeah, they're just trying to manage him all week, every week. Like most reliable player.
Yeah. Like week in, week out.
There's a lot of those guys.
Mr. Dependability.
You got anybody,
it's
Mickey?
LP.
Oh, of
I'm
course.
sorry, I was doing my math.
There's no time for math here, Mickey, when I'm asking questions. Who is the player?
Like Parcells.
Who is the player that you have the absolute most confidence in?
On the entire team?
On the entire team.
On the entire team.
That they're going to do their job.
Yeah, they're going to
play in, play out.
Play in, play out, week in, week out.
I hate to jump on Bill's back, but I'll go with Zack Martin because he's missed, one game in his career?
Sure.
And he's always there. He's always ready. And he's about as steady as a player as there is in the entire league, even though he is dealing with some stuff this year.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Mickey, I knew you were going to go that route.
Do you realize that stat that they had there, total yards from scrimmage? He's over 6,000. He's tied for the second fastest to ever do that.
Yeah.
Behind?
Only Edward James did it in 44 games.
James, yeah. Sure did.
Think about that.
And I think Eric Dickerson was in that list, too. It was a pretty lofty list of players. You know what? I love what you guys are talking about with Zack Martin. I agree with Mickey. Just, I know what I can get. That's one of the reasons why I thought about paying him, because I felt like that every week I know what I'm going to get from him. Every week I know what I'm going to get.
Okay.
That's why people said he ran so hard these last couple games. He always runs hard. I mean, I know he ran over a guy in the first quarter, but he does set the tone, Brian. No question.
Oh, he ran over him because he was silly enough to get in his way.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times guys don't want to get in his way.
What's your confidence factor in the quarterback?
Going forward?
Well, you want to give me a scale?
1 to 10. 1 to 10.
Whatever high.
I don't want you. Yeah, I don't want you to put your number on it. I just is for what you've seen in the first half,
or even if you, Mr. Statman,
yes,
8.9 yards per attempt. What's he going to end the season with as far as his yards per attempt?
Got games against.
That's a good
9 games left.
Who's available around him?
Let me think about Minnesota.
If they can stay
Buffalo,
healthy,
New England.
I don't see how it's changing though. I mean, if he's got the line and he's got the protection and he's got Amari and those
guys.
Trying
to think about these defenses you're about to face.
Yeah, I know, but
who's got a?
They also have
who's got a media guide? You got a media guide there? I would like to know what the record is for the team.
For yards,
they're 4-3.
No, yards per.
Give me the thing.
Yards per attempt.
Talk amongst yourselves.
I'm just thinking about. I'm confident. I'm confident in him. I am confident in him. I see some potential.
Okay,
he's going to have to play his rear off games.
Yeah.
Minnesota's defense, Buffalo. There's a defense. I'm just
outdoor games at the Giants, at New England, at Chicago, right?
Yeah, there's Chicago's another. See, I think what's funny about Chicago.
No, Washington's here. Out Philadelphia.
I think Mickey's hometown team is getting demoralized because their offense is so bad. I really do. I think that the defense is getting affected in Chicago because of how bad their offense has been.
They lost Akeem Hicks too.
Yeah,
but
that's going to be a tough game.
But here's the deal: when as Parcells talked about this all the time. You get into November and December.
You
in
find
the
out
NFC
who you are.
East,
yeah,
and you're playing outdoors and so forth. That's where I not only. The fact that I think if someone had the time to do the research, I think you would find that these passing offenses the second half of the year, just because teams figure you out a little bit, and this the course of things, they're not as productive the second half of the year, but weather can factor into that too.
Yeah, outdoors at New England, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chicago.
Outdoors at Chicago.
At Philly.
Outdoors at Philly. Who knows what they're going to be at the end of the day?
Mm-hmm. That's
December,
what I'm saying? That's Christmas time.
Yeah, who knows?
Right.
But
I mean, answer?
What's
the season?
Right.
First season. Percentage of completions.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it.
I didn't know we were looking that up.
The record is 69.9% Romo.
Romo, what year?
2014.
2014.
2014.
High school in
2014. That was a playoff year.
That's when Romo went on that incredible run. Remember, DeMarco Murray, I think, broke his hand. And then all of a sudden it came down to throwing the football in that month of into November, all of December.
Troy Aikman second at 69.1 in 93.
And Dak is at 70-something right now.
And he's 70, and Dak's actually his third at 67.8.
Bill
so
makes
that tells you what he's at.
You guys make a good point. The weather could affect the yards per attempt, but Statman had something last year about with Amari down the stretch. When do you like 70% rest of the year?
Yes.
So
yes.
I don't know if that would drop necessarily. They might not be able to sling it around in that cold weather as much.
So yards gained right now 21-23 in 7 games. The record's 49. Probably not going to get there. Romo in 2012, but second is Romo in 2009, 4.483. So that's within
he's
reach.
On pace for that,
right? And then on average gain, I'm going to get to this for you guys now. Average gain, Roger Staubach, 1971, 8.92. Craig Morton, 8.79. Craig Morton, 8.67. But remember, they're not throwing the ball quite as much back then. But they had Bob Hayes to catch the defense.
Yeah, but that's true. I'd hand it to Tony Dorsett a lot, too, if I was them.
Yeah.
I think they did that. Yeah.
All right, when we come back here on Talkin' Cowboys, who needs to be the Cowboys MVP the second half of the year on both offense and defense for them to get to where I predicted they would go?
Your new apartment's big. Such a great deal.
It's okay.
Just okay? What's not to...
Right above the subway!
Well, I bet you don't even notice it after the...
That's my neighbor, Angus.
A deal that's just okay is not okay. Get a great deal with America's Best Network. Come into an AT&T store and learn how to buy one smartphone and get a second one on us. Based on GWS 1 score, September 2018.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with sideline access and photo ops with current players, alumni, and cheerleaders. That's not all, though. You'll get to talk X's and O's with Senior Director of Player Personnel Will McClay and, of course, with yours truly, me, Brian Broaddus. You can trust the official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, and with us, you'll travel like a pro. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
Work the Cowboys way and channel the winning business tradition of the Dallas Cowboys and the Jones family at Formation. This dynamic workspace provides an elevated work experience on the Star's aspirational campus with exclusive membership options available to meet varying needs. Choose from open workspaces, dedicated desks, and private offices to leverage our home field advantage for your individual business success. Limited memberships are available now, so apply today at formation@thestar.com.
A man's Stetson doesn't just protect him from life's elements. It projects an unstoppable and legendary spirit, just like the men wearing silver and navy on the field every Sunday. Since 1865, Stetson hats are American-made with pride right here in Texas. They are still the official crown of all self-respecting Cowboys. And Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Find Stetson hats in the Pro Shop or at Stetson.com today.
Back to Talkin' Cowboys.
Join us on Saturday, November 9th on Tostitos Championship Plaza for the Salute to Service Plaza Party. Enjoy live entertainment, military ceremonies, Dallas Cowboys alumni autographs, and more. After the event festivities, the Star will be hosting the top 2 Madden players as they face off in the EA Sports Madden NFL 20 Club Championship presented by Spire. That, of course, the weekend that the Minnesota Vikings come to town for Sunday Night Football, Saturday, November 9th. Salute to Service Plaza Party.
Can I also promote something real quick for our Pro Shop?
Yes.
Yeah, we got our shirts.
Oh, I left mine on my desk.
Yeah, I was just going to show this. I didn't have a chance to put on where, but here, I'll try not to block my mic.
Mr. Cowboy.
All right.
There you go. How about that? That's right there. There, I could get it right there.
There you go.
Yeah, these are the shirts this week that are in the Pro Shop. I went for the route of all the old guys I grew up with.
Yeah.
So
Bob
the Roger Staubachs, the Bob Louis. So yeah, make sure you go to our Pro Shops. Check them out. These are the new shirts. I mean, if you have a mom and dad older like me, they'll probably appreciate something like
and
this.
And they're super soft, man.
They're great shirts.
Like
They're
tri-blend style.
Absolutely great shirts.
Do you have that football card? That Bob Lilly football card?
Yeah, I need to get the football card. I'm glad I got the T-shirt, though. But, yeah, I got the Roger Staubach one. We're back to the rotation of all the players that the Drew Pearsons and the Tony Dorsetts and the guys I grew up with. So that's nice to have that shirt.
Let me put it this way. Do you still have that football card from when you grew up?
Don't. I wish I did. I had a lot.
I bet I have that one.
I have a lot of football cards. I've got every Super Bowl program, though. Still have those from like the 1 through the recent Super Bowl.
I've got
that's what I collect.
A shoebox somewhere with those football cards, and they all have Fu Manchu mustaches.
Yeah, it's a crazy looking group.
Sideburns.
They were.
I drew in on them.
I don't think I collected football cards. I collected baseball
cards. I
love
football cards.
Yeah,
Rob, did you collect football cards?
Not really. Baseball. Baseball was more the thing.
Baseball, yeah.
There you go.
I got some old AFL football cards. The Boston Patriots. Jim Nance of the Boston Patriots.
35 of the Patriots.
Yeah, that's right.
Remember that guy?
Yeah.
All right, join us here on Talkin' Cowboys. Mickey, do you remember the phone number?
888-855-2297.
Got it right. There you go.
There you go. And
if you asked me for a new number, I wouldn't have had it. But old numbers, I got it.
There you go. There you go. The question posed out there right before the break, who needs to be the Cowboys MVP on offense and defense the second half of the year to get to where they want to go? And I will submit Ezekiel Elliott on offense. I said Dak has been it the first half of the year, but I think for them to get to where they want to go, it needs to be Zeke.
So needs to be, not necessarily who it's going to be.
Needs to be.
I'm not predicting. That's who if they're going to get to where, all right, if they are going to get where I predicted that they will go,
the road title Zeke is confusing show today.
This award show is all over the map.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, you know what? I think that I'm going to go with the quarterback. I think the quarterback's going to have to be that guy because I think there's going to be some defenses where it might be a little bit tougher to run the ball. It might be a little tougher to throw. But I think he's going to have to keep playing at the pace that Mickey has kind of laid out for him there. So I'm going to say it's going to first half. If you're going to be the first half guy, go ahead and be the second half guy as well.
I'll go back to what I said the first segment. I think Tyron Smith, they need him healthy the rest of the way. This bye week comes at a perfect time for him and a lot of these guys. It feeds into the quarterback. I think Dak's a different player when he's got that comfort level in his blind side. So I'll go with number 77.
I like that. I do like that.
I think I'll take the quarterback too.
Yeah.
Okay. How about on defense?
Because he doesn't see ghosts.
We can talk about that.
It's Halloween, Mickey. We all see ghosts.
There it is.
On defense.
It's a good time to have a bye, right?
Right.
Yes.
On defense, I'm going with Tank Lawrence.
Ooh.
I'll second that motion, Your Honor.
I think that was a great thing we saw the other night, an omen of things to come in the second half of the season. And not to say that DeMarcus was playing poorly the first 7 games or the first 6 games.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's right. And there's reason for some of that stuff, not getting the production we're grown accustomed to, but I think he's going to be effective and productive in the second half.
You got somebody, Robert?
I'll third that. You got a different guy?
Did everybody go with
Did you go with DeMarcus?
I went with Tank,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, wow. I'll say, you know what? I need Leighton Vander Esch to be well.
There you go.
Yeah.
I do need Leighton Vander Esch.
1A, yeah.
And I think that Leighton Vander Esch, as we've seen before, is very capable. I think we saw some good things from him the other night. I think we saw something really good from all the linebackers in that game. Sean Lee stepping up and doing some good things. But Leighton Vander Esch is the one guy I think that can affect games. I think he really can. The tackling behind the line, creating turnovers, all that stuff. He kind of gets – this defense feeds off big plays by him. I know Tank and Quinn and those guys as well, but when he makes a big play, watch how everybody kind of rallies to him and kind of gets excited and all that. So more Leighton Vander Esch big plays, I think, leads to other plays for Lawrence and then Quinn and those guys. I was thinking about maybe somebody at that cornerback spot that they're going to have to start. You're going to get some games where you're playing again against teams that could throw the football pretty well. Minnesota was a team that Mickey mentioned. New England, another team that throws the football well. So somebody that's secondary's got to have to step up, but Leighton Vander Esch will be my guy.
Well, let me throw this out from Clarence Yee on Twitter. He was talking about Jordan Lewis as most improved in the second half of the year, had to step up with Anthony Brown out. Plus, he didn't fit the Richard mold of cornerback, so he has that working against him. But fast forward that, as Mickey shakes his head, fast forward to the second half of the year, and can Jordan Lewis have that kind of an impact at
Be interested to see. Do you think he keeps his job?
Look, the guy that needs to have an impact, Byron Jones is playing pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Right? Now it's time for Awuzie to match that.
Yeah,
and he's capable, and he has the talent. Now if he can go find the football on those close 50-50 balls, he can make a difference over there.
I like what Mickey's saying there. I do like Jordan Lewis, though, and I wonder if he'll keep his job. I hope he does. I love when Jordan Lewis plays because I think he brings that nastiness. I think we talked about it last week.
Yeah. But then why do you think he doesn't?
I don't know.
Why what?
Why do you think he doesn't play that slot 100% of the time?
I don't want to put words in somebody's mouth.
And be careful because somebody's watching us and then they tweet it over to Jordan Lewis and let him know.
No, I love Jordan Lewis. I love Jordan Lewis.
With this handle? Tag him on it?
Hey.
Oh, they tag him. Spagnuolo said that you get lost.
It's okay, Mickey. We'll live to fight another day. We usually outlast him like Skandrick. He was all over us, but we outlast him.
Skandrick, by the way, that was breaking news out of Philadelphia yesterday.
There's a lot of breaking news coming out of Philadelphia.
Enjoy retirement.
A lot of being going on out there.
I just think that, to me, with Jordan Lewis, it's hard for me to sit there and say, oh, just because he's shorter than Anthony Brown, he shouldn't be playing.
Yeah.
That to me is that I especially
you really
that position.
think that's the reason, though?
Mickey, I think so. Either that or they don't trust Jordan Lewis. But that's stupid to say because Jordan Lewis, when they have big assignment covers, what do? They put Jordan Lewis
on Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, they say, okay, listen. By the way, we think the Saints are gonna. This is the best offensive player the Saints got. So let's, Jordan. Hey, by the way, you're gonna play 10 snaps against that guy.
I would say. Last year, Anthony Brown did a nice job in the slot. I thought the year before, he had a ton of penalties, and it wasn't a great year for him.
I always worry about that.
Last year, he was better at it.
But they wasn't starting anymore.
Right. Playing nickel snaps.
Yeah.
So, Mick, what do you think it is?
Nobody knows.
Without getting aggregated on social media,
well,
what would you say?
Is that a word, aggregated?
Yeah.
Does that mean drawn off sides?
That word. Yes.
Drawn off sides?
Good.
Yeah,
okay.
They source it. Put it on a story according to Spagnuolo on Talkin Cowboys.
The reason everybody's on that, he got an interception that the quarterback threw to him. It was a Larry Brown interception. Wasn't like he got
Larry
beat.
Brown. Larry Brown on Twitter.
Yeah, right. Larry. No, think about it. The guy
Larry Brown. You could talk to Mickey.
Yeah.
The guy beat him on the route. The pass was like 5 yards behind the receiver. Yeah. And it went right to him.
He also had a big third down stop to keep him in the game.
He did. He did. I got that.
Wow. Mickey, are you going after him a little bit?
No, I'm just saying.
I appreciate your honesty.
I mean, there's one play. There's one play, and everybody gets all fired up about it.
I think the slot blitz was good.
No, it was. Yeah. But if no one touches you, you could have snacked that quarterback.
I don't know if I'd have got there that quick. I think
Mickey could have.
I'd love to see Mickey on a corner blitz. Just once in my life.
Not the same size as Lewis.
You weren't born yet. I got there.
They sent you on those?
And just before I hit the quarterback, I said, okay, this is going to be embarrassing because he's a lot bigger than me. And if I hit him, he's not going down.
How many people would like to see Mickey out on the island at cornerback with student Buddy Wright coming at him?
No, this was in the slot.
I shouldn't make any comments. No, anyway,
you should have been there.
I should have been there. I don't have a great answer for Jordan Lewis, and I'm sorry. I pride myself on either having a really bad answer or a really good answer.
Well, there's a lot of people when he came out for the draft who had him rated very high. Of course, he went in the third round and had the off the field that probably dropped him around.
And he fought that. He won.
That's right.
Cleared his name of that.
Right. But the point is, a lot of people have thought very highly of Jordan Lewis' ability,
including me,
coming out of college.
Yeah, absolutely.
And believe me, the coaches have been asked about this. Rod Marinelli, Chris Richard, Jason Garrett, and it always goes back to just competition. We've got a lot of good DBs on this team, and we'll see what happens. I mean, there's never like a
he's not one of them?
Is he?
It's not that he's not one of them. They really like the guys ahead of him, too. But I don't know behind closed doors if there is something else. Not off the field or anything, but
that guy
on the field
that guy just comes to work every week.
I know he does, and he's a good guy too.
They bench him, they do things, and like what is Linehan grabs and says, "Hey, you want to run some jet sweeps?" Kind of got him engaged again. Kind of got his confidence back playing again. I don't know. I just know when he's on the field, generally good things happen.
I mean, the size is what everybody points to, just based on height. Chris Richard's history. But Chris Richard has never said that publicly. That it's because he's short.
Is this his fourth year?
Yes.
So he'd be a free agent next year. You'll get an answer to your question.
Yeah. You sure of that? I think he's his third.
Third year.
Third year.
Yeah, 17.
Yeah, third year.
17. Anthony Brown's fourth year.
Yeah,
of course, Anthony
Right.
Brown.
I was right because
now you get your real answer there. Yeah.
All right, let's go to Corey in Amarillo here on Talking Cowboys. Hello, Corey.
I called back the week of the Dolphins game, and I asked that question about Jordan Lewis, and I believe somebody said that they thought Richard had a little bit more trust in AB, and that I think Mickey said kind of you get diminishing returns. I mean, I kind of took that as, the more he plays, he might get lost in coverage, or, that jump ball is going to get him at his size.
And by the way, this guy said that, not me, okay?
Corey in Amarillo said that.
Corey in Amarillo. I get blamed for that.
No, I didn't say diminishing returns. I'm all about Jordan Lewis.
I said that. You're right.
When have you ever been scared of saying something, Spagnola?
I was kind of thinking with the competitiveness at that spot, so many good players that, if these guys are neck and neck, Anthony Brown's got a couple inches on him. That may just, if they're so close talent-wise, maybe just the size is just a little bit to push him a little bit forward.
That's kind of what I'm thinking because the competition is good.
What do our eyes tell us? What do our eyes tell us? What do our eyes tell us?
That he's around the ball a lot.
Yeah. He's around the ball. He makes plays.
And Mick, I just don't know if he's played enough to say that his sample size, the more he plays, he'll fade a little bit. I mean, he played a little bit.
Well, I was thinking
as a rookie.
That was their reasoning.
Yeah, I mean, he only got probably 8 snaps a game last year.
Let's question the coaching a little bit then. There, I will. I mean, to me, I don't know. That's. I have a problem with that one. That's the one I'm hopeful in the second half we see more Jordan Lewis. If he spits the bits and spits the bit and is terrible, I'll take the heat. I got big shoulders, a little bit smaller than they once were, but I'll take it because I just feel like he's just so competitive. He's just, he tackles well. It bothers him if he does get beat. It means something to him. He's around the ball. Things like that happen. I haven't seen Anthony Brown really around the ball. That bothers me a little bit. But
and Anthony Brown's injury situation?
He'll be good to go.
At Anthony Brown.
Good to go for the New York Giants a week from Monday. All right, we have more Talking Cowboys in just a moment.
It can be hard to find the right resource for learning about important financial matters. You search how to build savings, you end up reading about the one weird ingredient from supermarkets that can make you taller. That's why Bank of America built BetterMoneyHabits.com, a safe little corner of the internet for answering your financial questions. Full of simple videos and tips, Better Money Habits can show you how to make the most of your money without resorting to random searches that always seem to lead to unbelievable photos of childhood stars grown up. To learn more, visit BetterMoneyHabits.com.
It's time for Tailgating with the OtterBox boys.
The OtterBox that builds those crazy protective phone cases?
Yup, and now they're changing the side dish game with the OtterBox Trooper Soft Cooler. Lightweight, mobile, and leak-proof, Trooper is perfect for blitzing a crowded parking lot with a Frito pie.
Amazing. Hey, you think I could fit my 7-layer salmon salad into the Trooper cooler?
Yup, but please don't.
And that's been Tailgating with the OtterBox boys. Learn more about the Trooper Soft Coolers at OtterBox.com.
While a player could look good on paper, it's when he's out on the field that you really find out what he's made of. That's why the Cowboys rely on more than just stats and scouting reports when building their team. When picking a tractor, it's why you should rely on more than just specs and features. You've got to take it out and put it to the test. The Cowboys did when they named John Deere their official tractor. Experience one for yourself. Visit myjohndeeredealer.com/football.
Dr. Pepper is the one you crave. But how do you explain that craving?
Imagine a surging river of ice-cold Dr. Pepper, roaring with carbonated mists of desire. You're dangling above it, upside down, like a fishing lure in the wind. 23 flavors tickle your nose, but the river is too far away to taste. Dr. Pepper calls to you. You.
Now that is a Dr. Pepper craving. Dr. Pepper, the one you crave.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. Right now you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
Back to Talkin' Cowboys.
So since we've been talking about cornerbacks, I've got a new meaning for pick 6. At Jack Black, the trick is picking just 6. Pick 6 deluxe samples with your $75 plus order and use the code PICK6. Shop now and you can get 6 deluxe Halloween treats from the following. And I'll just give you a few of what you can pick from. All over wash, cool moisturizer, body lotion, clean break, oil-free moisturizer. Also industrial strength hand healer. How about that?
Hand healer.
So go to getjackblack.com and use the code PICK6. And speaking of pick 6.
Yes.
Anthony Brown is tied for second on the team with 4 pass breakers.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
And the leader has 5.
He's tied for second?
Second.
And who leads?
You would ask that, wouldn't you? I have the answer. There's a tie.
Jordan Lewis.
Awuzie and Jeff Heath.
So he's not tied for he's not in second.
Well, he's got
in third,
tied for the second most. Don't start.
I would have gone down that route.
That would still be the third most.
Yeah.
Jordan Lewis has 2.
There you go.
Well, he's also not playing as much.
All right. Speaking of
I'm
pick
just pointing
sixes.
out the stats.
Speaking of pick sixes. How many games do the Cowboys need to win to make the playoffs this year?
I was going to say I had a question about what's the record that wins the NFC East?
I say pick 6.
Okay,
pick 6 wins.
Pick 6 wins.
Pick 6 wins in the last 9 games, and you're in at 10-6.
So 10-6. You think 10-6 gets you?
So 6-3. The way Philadelphia's playing.
Who was second place in the East last year? Like what?
Eagles.
Philadelphia.
I know, but at what record?
9-7.
9-7.
So it needed 10. Yeah, I mean, 10 wins probably. Yeah.
The only way you're getting in the playoffs, I think, is through winning division.
At the start, that other teams have
I've already projected you're going to play Minnesota in the first round
at home.
Yeah,
you might be right on that one. You've got all right.
I think Seattle, Minnesota are probably your 2 wild card teams.
San Francisco's 6-0.
Yeah.
Saints are 6-1.
I have the Rams out.
Wow, that'd be something, huh?
Rams out.
Maybe they get it rolling in the second half. Of course, that's one of the games on this schedule.
Does San Francisco's schedule get any tougher?
Not at all. I don't think so.
And how about their move?
They've already beaten the Rams in Los Angeles, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and they traditionally play the Seahawks well. You know, I mean Arizona.
They got Carolina this week.
Yeah, Carolina at home,
and Carolina's playing well. They're at San Francisco.
Yeah, that Carolina game might be a 10-6 game.
Mm-hmm.
But I was a big move by them picking up Emmanuel Sanders, though. They needed to add some firepower on offense. They gave up, a third and a fourth, and they're getting a 2021 fifth back.
Right.
So
Right. I don't know. So you have to win 6 of the 3, right? You may win
6 of the 9.
6 of the 9.
6 of the 9.
And, looking at the 49ers schedule the rest of the way.
Yeah.
They got Panthers. They're at Cardinals. And by the way, the Cardinals winning 3 straight games. Have you seen who they played to win those 3 games?
It doesn't matter, Bill. We just need to win. That's all. Yeah.
So at Cardinals, Seahawks, Cardinals, Packers, Ravens, Saints, Falcons, Rams, Seahawks. So there you go. That's San Francisco's schedule.
Well, they got 4 or 5 games that'll be tough.
Yeah, but they've already won 6. So
the minimum amount of wins is probably 9. I mean, it depends on if Philly can get things righted. Because I think the Giants are in a youth movement, and obviously they're going to try to, they're going to have some juice in a couple weeks against the Cowboys.
And the Eagles got to go 6-3 just to get to 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
that was a huge win.
It's trending downward for other teams in the division right now. Now things can turn around, but it took 10 is usually the number minimum to win your division.
Who does the Cowboys play after Chicago? Rams. That's who I can remember. Okay, then Rams.
And then at Philly and then Washington.
Philly, Washington. Okay, think about this. Okay, so you got Giants. We calling that a W?
Yes.
Minnesota at home.
Oh, don't do this.
It's a night game, right?
Sunday night game, Minnesota. We're on a roll. That's 3 in a row. Minnesota, win.
Super Bowl Bill.
Oh,
how about a loss at Detroit? That never seems to work out really well, right?
Yeah, going back to...
Oh, Mickey scratched his head. He
it's
does not
1991.
Eric Kramer.
New England, we don't.
Eric Kramer.
I think they're going to win a game that they don't.
New England, you got the New England win.
I think
a win over the Patriots.
I know you're
after
worried
a
about
loss to the Lions.
I know you're worried at Chicago, though. You've been talking about that one for a while.
Chicago was a game I thought the weather could be a huge factor in, and the Chicago defense, and if you couldn't get it going and all that stuff like that. That was a game I worried about.
But if it's bad weather, the Chicago offense will fold.
Yeah, no, they can't score 10 points on a gym floor. I mean, you put them indoors, they can't score. Chicago, yeah. I'm calling that a W. The Rams, I'm calling a W. I'm saying they win the last 4 games.
Everything, so you got one loss?
I've got.
He's torn between Minnesota and Detroit.
I'm torn between Minnesota. Well, I got how many wins? I've got 6 right there. The losses could go either way. Detroit, New England, and Buffalo were the games I kind of had circled as I'm not too sure.
Boy, that coach is going to be on the hot seat again come Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
If they lose Minnesota, New England, and Detroit, and what was it?
I had him with the win at Minnesota. The problem, the game
Detroit,
I had,
New England, and Buffalo, 3 straight losses.
Well, I had him as questionable. Those are questionable games in my mind.
So you'll be looking at they started the season 3-0, then back to 3-3, and then 3 straight wins gets them to 6-3, and then that would be 3 straight losses. At Thanksgiving, they'd be 6-6.
I didn't say that I would lose. I have questions about those games.
I'm just saying if that were to play out, worst case scenario, 6-6 at Thanksgiving with the Final Four at Chicago, the Rams at Philly and Washington.
You got to run the table then
to get to 10-6. Can you imagine what Thanksgiving would be like if that happened? If
tense.
I tell you what, that New England Buffalo.
Be a lot of turkey legs being thrown around.
You got to find a way to definitely split that New England Buffalo. If you can win both those games, my gosh, that'd be huge.
2 games in 5 days.
Yeah, huge.
All right. Watch Buffalo play. New England plays.
If the World Series goes to a Game 5 on Sunday, that will be the only day of the year where you've got the NFL, Major League Baseball, the NBA, and the NHL all with games on the same day. And NASCAR as well.
Thank you for that, Bill.
It's a good day to take
there you
off.
go. Any soccer?
And there's Premier League soccer, too, for you, Mickey, early in the morning on Sunday. We'll talk at you next week on Talkin Cowboys.
See you.
This has been a production. DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?